Hello. It's kind of dark in here, but yeah, I just wanted to say hi. Well, I'm the one. Well, I was. At least it happens sometimes this July, but I don't know if that's a reality when you exclude a religion and hierarchy. Because I don't think there's one on top anymore, but most likely lots of ones on top. And whoever speaks with love is actually a spaghetti monster and serves spaghetti. Because I think the whole filter about that and the whole energy involved is what was I saying? Energy involved. Anyways, yeah, I was reading the posts and I was thinking about the neutrons when they discovered that cosmic pasta. That's the most stronger than everything. It's kind of funny that cosmic pasta appeared in space also, but we do create stuff. Because we have to be careful of what we verbalize, what we say. It's because we're all some sort of a spaghetti monster for other people, depending on how we position ourselves. I come to think, and we influence each other with love and hate, and probably neutrality. Something that was put aside by all those dualistic religions like Christianity, where there's good and evil, that's it. Well, they have a purgatory where it's some sort of hell where you're waiting forever about something that's never gonna happen. So it looks really boring, their neutrality. But if I'd go back to quantum physics and the Quantum Enigma, that Epica, that's a really good band, Epica. They opened my eyes and got rid of those evil swallow kisses that I get all the time. Uh, Probably from the kid stealers because they stole my kid. And I would have been some sort of Che, a leftist Che. Well, I'm kind of centered. I believe in balance and equality. Nah, everything balances out, even down to the atom, where we have a trilogy. Everything works with trilogies. It's just neglected neutrality. We just traced a new track in the middle between left and right, and that's what I truly believe is that I'm a little political. We don't have to limitate ourselves to that, but there is some sort of structure in society, and I figure that the best structure is a spaghetti structure, a reverse pyramid with anarchy as the eye in the center on top, that which is power to the people, that people that verbalize and create on top, and people that need to learn and be influenced on the bottom. Non-dependence on top and dependence on the bottom, so they get better habits to work out symbiotic relationships instead of dominant alpha relationships. So yeah, uh, just I just decided. Well, I kind of noticed. I didn't decide that, but whatever you say, when they say careful what you wish for, they're actually they're, they're actually telling the truth, because I've been seeing things happen and change after wanting this and that and verbalizing what I wanted or what I wished, and if it was realizable, I'd see the change the next day. Maybe I'm hallucinating, but if everything is light, because you break the atom down, you get light after a shock and vibrations, and it's made of plus, minus, and neutrality. That was neglected. I think everything is science, and that we have the power to create things in the universe just by verbalizing, combining frequency, light, and magnetic rays and aura and all that. Maybe it's not a. Maybe it's not that special. That it's not a. How do you say add-on? Like if they discovered this pasta stuff, who knows? Maybe we materialize that. I figure that I always, well, music will call me Christ, and I don't believe I'd be the Christ. Although at my birthday in mid-July 2019, the moon was in Cancer, I guess, or I don't know what happened. That's my sign. I was floating on I don't know what, with my feet pink. I was kissing the earth on every step, and it would propagate to people around me. They'd change and start talking something and notice that their feet were ticklish or horny, and I'd get this overwhelming feeling of wellness all the time. And then I got the whole crowd at a concert to kneel down without saying a word. Everybody just voted something. Lights went black to white to black, and some sort of, I think the pyramid flipped down at that moment. We managed to have a shit on top again. And the actual prison Christian pyramid is no more. It's yeah, like that image you had of the boxers turning red to blue. Well, yeah, that's actually what happened. We're seeing the changes slowly. The problem is all those medias and divas that speak things the wrong way. Like I surprised Jello Biafra from the Alternative Tentacles, mentioning war on the button. I don't want evil people to love that. So that on the button, you don't say stuff we don't need. So yeah, that's how I create. At least I change ideas in people's mind and try to get logic and reason working. So yeah, you're all creators, I'd say. Because music calls me God too. Like, I thought that was pretty funny, but then I noticed that whatever I'd say would happen. So whatever your position, I guess that's because I never turned evil. I never decided to take advantage of whoever, and never screwed nobody around, and never had the firm intention to do evil. Although I might have done evil things or got mad and stuff like that, but would not necessarily come from me. From it might be the master of puppets, spaghetti monster of puppet that's down in the toilet like with the Joker now. So yeah, so that was my opinion. Is that it's a trilogy, but we shouldn't limit it to the trilogy. But I think that's the basis, because that's how the atoms are working. So yeah, I trust, and that's why they got the David star, the Israel star. It's the male-female trilogies, I figure. I tried to study a bit of Kabbalah and their Christian Kabbalistic cage, and what the power they gave to words, how their graphemes, well in French they say graphème, it's on, a, I, un, tic, tac, toc, I, a, sounds. It's parts of sounds and parts of words are grapheme, which compose the bird language, which is a hidden language that kept Alchemia hidden for a long time. But Alchemia obeys the laws of physics. It's just that I think it's the Nazis, managed to change what those mantras and letters would do. Like I surprised myself having the S crawling up my nose and giving me a poke on my horny favorite wanting suction button in my pants, and whenever the nostril and that would combine, because I'm some sort of recovered drug addict, blah blah blah. Just did speed. It's not that bad. Used to do crack. I vanquished the kraken. They took care of me a lot because I was some sort of Christ. So I was a good Samaritan at Che Guevara. So they got the Versace out and killed the fuck out of Che, which was neutrality. Not either communist or capitalist. It was in the middle, liberating people. He stayed honest or whatever, straight. So I've been wishing to that some sort of reaction would. That's a bit hefty load. Might happen. Who knows? If we all wish something to dissolve all that carbon monoxide that's warming the planet up, and something to create the reverse of a radioactivity, the reverse radioactivity, that would be probably two of the biggest godlike actions that we could hope, especially for the global warming. This is not a joke. Thankfully, our spaghetti, your spaghetti monster, made it in time to start influencing people with the good spaghetti or the licorice. They made me eat licorice and worms, and then when they got me ready, they had me eating tomatoes and cucumber and crotte de fromage, cheese curds from the poutine in Quebec. We're kind of getting a little warm over here, because if you look at the bird language, back at the Second World War, they would say URSS to the SS, telling them they are SS. Well, now they're saying Vladimir Putin. That means Vlad, the vampire, is aiming on Putin, which is Quebec's national food. And we're in Canada, so we're the best. So everybody's after us. When you're the best, like I was, they're trying to kill you. But I guess there are bests now. So, yeah, careful what you wish for, careful what you say, try to be positive. Because I noticed that all the anger, it takes 10 minutes to get rid of 30 seconds of anger within you, all that bad energy. So it's really not a good idea to get aggressive, and what it does to energy, and then you end up in your own garbage, and there's no air down there. Well, we cleaned up ours, the punks, and oh yeah, and I wanted to invite you to My Way. My Way has the whole 9 yards, from the sexual chakra to the crown. Everything's open. The third eye sometimes closes up. I have these DPJ roots that stuck in here that I have trouble making it to the front. Those two tentacles are where they took my daughter, I think, and they lead to the third eye. They blocked where I'd think about my daughter. It would bump onto a smoke or white powder. They would steal left-handed kids and raise them on the right hand with the DPG, Département de Protection de la Jeunesse. They were Yeah, my baby is my little girl. I saw her maybe 1 or 2 years, and now she's Harley Quinn. She dressed up as daddy's little monster after giving me one of those rat phrases that Paul, her great mother's Dominique, and yeah, Michelle Labelle is the mother. So what a nice family. I got a wheelchair. So yeah, I'm back and hoping the best for humanity. And I hope all the ones and people in power to command will command love and virtue and equality, respect, integrity, and happiness, equilibrium, symbiotic relations, to undermine hierarchy, undermine dominators and knees, get rid of those knees, or get the knees working on something more useful, get evil people doing evil the right way. If you do evil, do it right. If you're nice enough, you'll get the right to kill. So, yeah, I just have to make it across. So, when the universes collide, don't be caught on the wrong side. This is a phrase, a song from Gogol Bordello, another band, a punk, gypsy punk band that helped me a lot in fighting those psychotic episodes of the life of a Christ and all those kisses when I had gangster roommates and roommates up here too. They called it schizophrenia. It's actually narcissists that occupy your mind and telepathically speak to you and molest you and tell you to commit suicide and stuff. Most mental illnesses, I'll come back to that another time, but are narcissistically induced. And those narcissists would come from the archons before Babylon. Archons. They would be probably the first predators that gave birth to Romus and Romulus and the wolf of Rome that conquered the whole 9 yards and set that Christian cage and imposed it to all those pagan. See, I figure we create gods because we are celestial entities from the universe that combine into a collective mind space and that collectively create and combine energies and magnetism and frequencies in order and light in order to create this and that. They did unconsciously for a while. Now we can probably start knowing that we can actually change things consciously by verbalizing things into existence, even by thinking things into existence. Imagine. So yeah, the sky's the limit. They even discovered pasta in space after the appearance of the spaghetti monster. So yeah, we have there's nothing stands in our way. This is a Arch Enemy I'm listening to, and then there's a metal trilogy of Epica, Arch Enemy, and Lacuna Coil with Madonna that we keep hearing through them. That made it up there. She's our goddess, I think. I'm not sure, but I've been hearing her through other singers. I think she took really good care of us, that wonderful Madame X. Anyway, she says she loves me. I'm a tattoo artist. On her Rebel Heart video of a Messiah video, I had all this trouble tattooing because they'd give me roses and kisses that would make me squeeze the skin or do this and that while I was working that I wouldn't notice. So I'd get all these problems once in a while, not all the time, but for coloring would be faded out a bit or this and that. So but the lettering she has, it says rebel heart. I've always had a rebel heart. It's been my strongest conviction. And I never even walked back from that, even though they scared me with death and whatever, the dirty syringes and wheelchairs and ambulances and hospitals and illness and whatever. So, and so that rebel heart is kind of, it's not really well done. It's a crooked tattoo, and I think it's some sort of homage or it's a funny hazard, not hazard, but a coincidence that she actually has a tattoo that would look like one of my letterings, that a little awkward. I'm better at freehand. Um, so yeah, I think Madonna made it really high in that Christian cage, and there's a few ways coming out now here and there, and I think that all the religions all are domes within the universe that kind of protect and contain us. So by combining, we, the celestial entities, combine the energy that becomes God. But it's actually a collective influence that migrates and stabilizes like a gyro thing, and creates balance and equality, equilibrium. So this is the fruit of a collective consciousness of celestial entities. So the celestial entities, we come from the universe. It's probably from love, I'd figure, and hate. That then we created hate, we created love, or was it part of the universe beforehand? That it's still that same where did that all start? Celestial entities and pressures and balance and frequency. I guess we'll never know that part. But now we know that we can create. So that's the basic part. We can change our reality. So be symbiotic and like the Spider-Man costume. There's some symbiotic. The black one made Venom, but they were trying to get the symbiotic relationships dirty. And it's funny how Carnage is a psychiatrical runaway that's red and black like a riot. And what they do is they drive you nuts, those narcissists. And that psychiatry is a big cover. It's a big lie. It's all a lie from A to Z. Because it's narcissists and evil that create illness and that create what you call illness and evil. Because we are the creators of God, so we created Satan and God and decided to live within that cage, that light that materialized within our environment, that created barriers and limits. So that was in order to probably create order, but it doesn't have the order. When you're a god, you can dictate that stuff. Like when they say nice, they're actually telling it to act nice, and it obeys, even if it's mad. So yeah, if things aren't like you want, just dictate them. But to yourself, dictate the truth. If it's the truth, you're allowed to dictate, according to me. Well, you don't impose a dictature, you just dictate it. And it happens. So, yeah, you verbalize things into reality. So, dictate reason and virtue, and just fucking dictate it, and it's right on the buzzer. Just, just express yourself with love. Not too much. If you're too lovely, too much is like not enough, eh? Trop c'est comme pas assez. Fait que, yeah, so this was a greetings from Quebec. It was my shared 420 with you guys. I think we should keep on respecting religions. I have a big respect for the and the Hindus. Like the Nazis were going to Aryan Hinduists and took the swastika from Buddhism, I think. They were actually onto something. They wanted to create a new religion. They actually banned Christianity because they weren't allowed to be racist. And the passage to Aryan state was actually a ritual where they would die and come to what happened to me with heroin. I died and came to life again. So the hero's in, eh? That's fascism. It puts the hero in the inn and makes you love in. But in is on the buzzer now. I decided. I dictate. So yeah, at least you can be happy it's not a crazy motherfucker that's dictating. And the Pope, the Benedicted, the holy dictator, Benedict. In Latin, Bene is holy. Benedict is not dictating no more either. But they can stay in their cage if they want to go to heaven or hell. I'd rather serve the universe and eat spaghetti. Oh, yeah, fume un gros joint. So I'm starting to look about things to say. So I guess I'll put this off and hope you all have a nice continuity within all these dimensions that are accessible now, and that time works in your favor, and that you find happiness and equilibrium in your lives. So kisses. So welcome to the Back in Black.